Good morning from beautiful Santa Barbara, California. My name's Max Marmer. I'm the founder and CEO of TrueSelf, and I'm excited to create this welcome video laying out for you some of what the next chapter of TrueSelf is going to look like. In the first few chapters of TrueSelf, I had a number of commitments in life that prevented me from stepping forward in this degree, in which I will now be as a host and guide through TrueSelf as we expand beyond the Enneagram into the realm of multidimensional psychology and multidimensional consciousness, where the Enneagram is really what we consider a gateway drug into personality development. It's an entry point that allows one to begin to taste a unique aspect of the hidden underlying patterns that create the self, create the other, and create reality all around. So I'm going to lay down a basic overarching framework that describes where the Enneagram fits and where many of the different perspectives and models and frameworks that we're going to be using in TrueSelf going forward, as we share with you a variety of different formats, including interviews, essays, courses, various types of programs, products, services. Really, TrueSelf aims to be this overarching map and guide through personal development, through self-transformation, through enabling you to tap into your true self. So the model we use internally is a variant on something that comes from the world of integral theory. And it's a mix of terms that come from Ken Wilber, my friend Dustin DePerna, and some of our own touches. So it goes like this: line up, clean up, wake up, grow up, show up, blow up. And those dimensions actually capture a huge part of what humans are capable of. So lineup is any form of typology, like the Enneagram, Myers-Briggs, DISC, your astrology. Those are all ways that as you discover the way your unique vehicle and vessel is designed, that you can tap more deeper into your true essence. So when you line up with that, things in life begin to work more effortlessly, more fluidly. And when you try to be someone you're not, when you're misaligned, that's where everything's a struggle and it's like you're going through mud or carrying weights. So that's lineup. Cleanup is what one does in therapy, with plant medicine. It's shadow work. It's going in and finding all the disowned parts of ourself, all the wounded parts, all the places where there's trauma or stuckness, and going in and cleaning that up and reclaiming that energy which has been trapped so that we can be free. And to be fully free in the present, where our past is not in our present and not in our future, where we've learned the lessons, we have the scars, but we're free, we're full, we're whole, and we've made it through those trials and tribulations. And so that's what cleanup work is about. Attachment theory is another beautiful framework for exploring relationally how we form bonds with other people, whether they're secure or insecure, and all the different ways that they can be insecure. So that's a framework that intersects beautifully with the Enneagram, and I'll be bringing some different friends and collaborators who are experts in attachment theory to share different illuminating points of view from that body of work. Now, the wake up dimension is what one trains in meditation. Mindfulness has become very popular in present culture. That's one aspect of waking up, but it goes much deeper. In Integral, we talk about the three realms of gross, subtle, and causal. And then there's the non-dual and awakening dimensions beyond that. And there's a lot of beautiful traditions that map different aspects of that journey. My personal deepest lineage and heart connection is through the Tibetan Buddhist Vajrayana path, which I've been a part of for a long time. So I'll be bringing a number of different meditation practices and meditation teachers and awakening principles and ideas, also from an Enneagrammatic perspective, in the way that awakening and typologies like the Enneagram interface to actually create a unique, personalized view of awakening, where really every Enneagram type awakening journey actually looks a little bit different. An awakening shows up differently in every different Enneagram type. The next dimension is grow up. And grow up has, in the canon of psychology, has primarily been looked at through children, and the work of Jean Piaget was seminal in the way that children move and advance in their complexity and ability to interact with the world as they develop the ability to walk and talk and eventually reason more abstractly and with more formal and symbolic reasoning. But there's been a lot of great research over the last few decades about how this continues into adulthood, and people have mapped many of the different types of developmental intelligences, whether it's cognitive intelligence or emotional intelligence or kinesthetic intelligence, or really many different types of multiple intelligences. And there's ways that this can be seen like upgrades to your software program of your mind as one progresses, and ways that you can do it more finely tuned and more precisely. Ways that our values evolve as we advance into adulthood. And spiral dynamics is a model that we use a lot internally in TrueSelf that many people have heard of. But there's a lot of really great developmental psychological models. So just to recap, we now have line up, clean up, wake up, and grow up. The next one is show up, which is, all right, you know about all those things intellectually, you've done the training, you've done the practices. Now in your daily life, in those 24 hours a day, how are you showing up with what you know? And how consistently are you embodying and living your higher potential? That's showing up. Then blowing up is what happens when your life just takes off like a rocket ship, when you show up consistently as your higher self, as your true self, in aligned essence. So that's one quick tour into some of the overall cutting edge maps, multidimensional maps of consciousness that we're going to be touring with TrueSelf. So I look forward to hearing how this resonates, hearing your suggestions, and what you'd like to know more about, and ways that we can interact and learn and grow together. I'm excited for this next chapter together, so let's learn a lot and have fun with it.